We are going to talk about a couple week 2 games that, just to be honest, didn't go our way. Let's just, first of all, I want to address the elephant in the room that I really don't want to address, but I have to. There was someone on this panel. I'm not going to name names, but someone on this panel said that the Jets were going to upset the Cowboys. The New York Jets are going to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Said that Zach Wilson was going to do this amazing job. I think Zach's going to have the mentality, like I said, on today's top 5. I got to prove myself. I'm not going to be who I was last game. And said that Dak Prescott was going to drop and be bad. Instead, the Cowboys won 30-10. Dak Prescott had 255 yards, only missed 7 passes, and had 2 touchdowns. Zach Wilson, 12 for 27, less than 200 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. 3. Listen, they had a good start. The Jets started off fine. I was seeing decent things from Zach Wilson, and then the Cowboys showed me something that I'm going to say right now, Steve. I think you're going to agree with me. The Cowboys, I think, have the best defense in the NFL. I don't know about their team as a whole. I'm still not believing in them, but I think they might have the best defense in the NFL. We are in a very delicate time in the NFL season where the Cowboys are about to get a lot of hype, get a lot of Super Bowl hype. People are probably going to talk about Micah Parsons being the best defender in the league, Trayvon Diggs maybe being the best back or the corner in the league. That's what's about to start. But I want to tell you something. In the Dak Prescott era, 4 of the 7 seasons, they have had a worse record in the second half of the season than the first. Good for the Cowboys. I was wrong. I got to own it. Was a bad take. But I do not think this means that they're still going to be this amazing Super Bowl team, but they might have the best defense in the NFL. They might.
I did not expect the Cowboys to come in and do something that I frankly haven't thought that they could do, which is have the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
Last week they picked off Josh Allen 3 times. This week they picked off Zach Wilson 3 times. They're creating turnovers. They're getting after the quarterback. But here's what I'm going to say, and I want you to listen very closely. Do you think that it would have made a difference having Aaron Rodgers in the backfield healthy? Do you think that an impressive win over the Giants, who their offense is dog shit, and the Jets, who without Aaron Rodgers, they have the worst starting quarterback in the league, how do we evaluate how good their defense really is? Now, if they do that to the Eagles, if they do that to a team where I'm like, oh, wow, okay, that team's got a good offense. Even the Vikings, if they do that against a team where I'm like, yeah, they have a pretty formidable offense. Good for the Cowboys. They look fast. They look good. But
they look good, yeah.
I'm just not – I haven't bought in on them yet.
No, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Yeah, well, I think we're on the exact same page with the Dallas Cowboys. So, yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Jaguars 17-9. Again, there's someone on this panel who will remain nameless.
Yes, I am saying the Chiefs are going to start out the season 0-2.
But I don't know. They're going to rename it. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, 29 for 41, 300-plus yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Trevor Lawrence, 22 for 41. Not great for him. 216, no touchdowns, no picks. Kind of broke even. It was, Steve, I was watching some parts of the game, and it was just weird. Like, I have no other way to put it. It was slow. The vibes between the Jags seemed all sorts of not on the same page. Trevor Lawrence was all over the place in the red zone, and they just didn't look synced up. But even the Chiefs, they didn't play bad, but I didn't get that same high energy feeling that I usually get from watching them. Like, they just seem to kind of play good enough to win, you know what I mean? And the Jaguars, I think, put themselves in a bad situation. Odd scoring game, and I'm just kind of not really sure how I feel about it.
Well, I got a few takes about this game.
Sure.
So the first take is I am very concerned with the Chiefs' ability to score against defenses that aren't that good. So you watch.
It's an odd thing to say.
Well, so we've always seen the Chiefs, and they have this high potency, high energy offense, and they're scoring points, and they have these deep throws, and there hasn't been any of that in the first 2 games. Their offense struggled mightily against the Lions.
Fair.
Then their offense struggled against the Chiefs. Travis Kelce came back in a 60%. He had 61 or 62% of the snap count for the game. I'm just concerned with the Chiefs' ability to have that high potency offense that they've had in recent years. Now, I will stand on this little platform that I have, is I did say that Patrick Mahomes would throw an interception this game, because every game after a loss, Mahomes throws an interception. But what this shows me, you take Travis Kelce out of there, do they beat the Jags? You take, he was, even in his 60% playing, he was still the most impactful receiver on that team. So it's just, I'm concerned if Travis Kelce is their only answer this year, can they go up against the powerhouses of the AFC and win? But now I'm also looking at the AFC thinking, well, geez, where did my powerhouses go?
This is a really interesting stat. So far in this NFL season, NFC teams are undefeated against AFC teams.
It's weird.
We were on this show talking about how crazy good the AFC was and how awful the NFC was. And they're 6-0 NFC teams are, I think it said, against the AFC.
I know it's only week 2, and I know we need to pump the brakes, but there is a little bit of concern from the Chiefs' offense for me.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. I think that if the thing that I was like, there was a part of the game, like the energy that was missing, if that's the spark of their offense, that's a legitimate concern. And I also think this is a good time to remember that we don't want to be prisoners of the moment. Like it's in the sports world and the media, like you and I, we don't want to overreact to maybe one game in week 2. So other than that, that was really the only 2 week 2 games that were kind of weird. I mean, the Bengals losing to the Ravens, that's not crazy to me, especially with Joe Burrow limping off the field at the end of the game. I mean, he's clearly banged up, but yeah, that was really it as far as weird games go for me.
The first 2 weeks of football have just been odd for me. It's like a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, maybe the teams just got to get the rust out. First 2 weeks, got to get the good.
I hope, because the direction that things are going is Sam Howell's the top 10 quarterback, and the Atlanta Falcons are going to make the playoffs. So.
How dare you taint our show by saying those words in the microphone to the people? How dare you, sir? How dare
anyone who believes that, just know you're wrong.
Facts.
Listen to the sound. I listen to the sound.